So allow me to welcome Vincent. So Vincent will be giving us our welcoming remarks, just to welcome everyone and to make everyone feel comfortable. So Vincent is our board chair here at Light Up Impact and is also the director of Ashoka. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome Vincent. Vincent, if you're ready, I hand over the mic to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Gloria. Good afternoon, everyone, and greetings from a very chilly Nairobi. You don't be fooled. I don't have a jacket, but it's really chilly here. And it's a real pleasure and a real joy to join all of us today. First and foremost, I want to recognize the presence of our keynote speaker, Kennedy from KCDF, and also Gabriel from ISROP. We really value your presence here. It goes without saying, but merits mentioning. There's a lot that we can say on such a day. We can talk about Light Up Impact and what the work that Light Up Impact does and how it has, led us to this moment. We can talk about the skills and training development, the training that the graduates have gone through. We can talk all about that, but I'm sure, like with all the graduates, might attest to this. On such a day, what you want is to arrive at that moment when you finally get your certificate to get this recognition. And so I will not take too much time getting into Light Up Impact, and Valerie and the team, Valeria and team, thank you so much for putting this together. And from the board, I want to say we are really impressed by the work that you're doing. And as always, you have our full support. And indeed to the entire Light Up Impact community. I want to say just from the board, it's a congratulations to the graduates, but also a huge thank you and appreciation to all our partners who have been part of this. We're looking forward to continuing this journey together. It has been said, one of the things that many emerging social entrepreneurs or even just established social entrepreneurs seek to better is skills. We always look at what are some of the challenges that social entrepreneurs have, which ranges from both internal facing issues and external facing issues. So internal facing issues, most of the time, we'll talk about skills, and in external, we'll talk about policy environment. But the good thing is that with this kind of an opportunity, it provides us that space. And I think this has been the case for the last months that you've been on this journey. And not just to think about the specific training, but also to tap into the network, the community that this training has brought together, to also find solutions, find answers to the questions that you might be having. So for me, it's just to say, well done. It's such a huge milestone for having walked this journey. It speaks of your strategic leadership in terms of finding what is necessary for you to continue growing. And also it speaks of your commitment to have the requisite skill and the right mindset and the right network to continue doing the impactful work that you are doing. So without much further ado, I just want to underscore the fact that we celebrate with you. And we hope that this is not anything that is seen as just a celebration, just like graduation, but a milestone that then powers you towards more other milestones, maybe bigger, better milestones. And we want to, from the board, also say that you have our commitment. We want to continue working with you beyond this training. We want to find ways to work together with the Light Impact executive team to find ways to make sure that we are creating other touch points with you as you walk this journey. And so let me just say, we are excited. We are grateful also for your time. And we look forward to continuing engaging with you. And once again, thank you so much to Valeria and the entire Impact team for the training, for putting this together. And once again, also congratulations to you graduates. We're wishing you all the best. And we're not just wishing you all the best in vacuum, we're wishing you all the best and assuring you that Light Up Impact is here to work with you. And as a board, we're here to support Light Up Impact to continue developing, curating touch points with you as you grow individually and also as you grow your ventures. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vincent, for such encouraging words to both Light Up Impact and to the graduates for the incredible work that they do. And also thank you so much for setting the tone for the event. So quickly moving on to the next session. Next slide, please. So at this point, I also want to welcome Kennedy, our keynote speaker today. Kennedy is the programs coordinator at capacity strengthening at KCDF. So Kennedy will be here to speak on the importance of capacity strengthening in community philanthropy and social change. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome Kennedy. Kennedy, I hand over the mic to you. Welcome so much.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Can I be heard?
Yes, we can hear you, Kennedy.
You can hear me. Okay.
Yes,
my name is Kennedy Odera. I work for Kenya Community Development Foundation as I coordinate capacity building initiatives in the organization. And I'll be talking to you about capacity strengthening in community philanthropy. I hope we are all set, and I hope this has generated a lot of interest. We've worked with Light Up Impact in different initiatives, especially when it comes to building the capacity of community-based partners in different aspects of organizational development. And with that background, I will be speaking about why strengthening community capacity of community organizations in the philanthropy ecosystem. Next. So, as you all know, capacity strengthening, basically, we've called capacity strengthening for a long time as capacity building. Though our assertion is that you cannot build capacity where there is no capacity. So there's some level of capacity, and that's why the emphasis now is capacity strengthening, because we are coming from that background that most of the community partners we work with have some level of capacity. So this refers to developing and enhancing the knowledge, skills, system structures, and resources of both individuals, organizations, and communities to enable them perform effectively, sustainably, and independently while they are serving their communities. And in that spirit, capacity strengthening is not just about training. It's an holistic approach or process that empowers the actors to manage their own development agenda, adapt to change, and build resilience over time. And what we are saying is capacity strengthening just goes beyond training. And I believe that as CSOs, and especially the community-based or rather civil society organizations, we kind of initiate or we lead development work. So as we do that, then we need to see how do we strengthen our capacity holistically. Next. So why capacity strengthening? And maybe if you could go back, maybe if we could a few inputs even on chat. Why do you think it's important to conduct capacity strengthening for especially community-based partners or community civil society organizations? Anybody, one or two people? But people can do that in the chat also for a few minutes. it's sustainability for more impact. I can see Gabriel is saying that. Any other person? Why do you think we need capacity strengthening? Any other person on the chat? We are seeing to create transformative leaders in the organizations. That is Joanne from Uganda. We are seeing to improve efficiency and effectiveness. We need capacity strengthening. Let's share. Create, adopt to change. Great. So let's move to the next slide. So we need capacity strengthening to, I mean, why does capacity strengthening matters in our ecosystem or in our situation as community, as civil society organizations? One, as somebody mentioned, we need to improve effectiveness and efficiency. Organizations deliver better results and make better use of resources when they are more efficient and effective. We are promoting sustainability, and we are saying that this will help us reduce external dependence. That's why we need capacity strengthening. We are building legitimacy and accountability. When communities are well, the strong organizations are more trusted by the communities and funders. So we need to have strong capacities. We need to be capacitated so that we attract that legitimacy and accountability. This also supports local ownership, where community lead and shape their development agendas, so that there's, the communities run the show. As we work with them, we work with them in a way that they feel they're part and parcel of the whole ecosystem, and enhance adaptability and resilience. This means that respond to shocks, crises, or changes in the context, in our own philanthropy context. So we are saying that we need to improve efficiency, we need to promote sustainability, we need to build legitimacy and accountability, support local ownership, and enhance adaptability and resilience. That's why capacity strengthening matters to us as community, civil society organizations. So next slide. So we are saying capacity strengthening matters. So in that shade, we are saying community partners in Africa involved in philanthropy requires capacity strengthening to effectively and sustainably address their complex and evolving development challenges. Strengthening their capacity ensures they are equipped with the skills, systems, and structures needed to manage resources and lead initiatives and create lasting impact in their communities. So what we are saying is that, I mean, we must get the requisite capacities, skills. We need to have the right systems and structures so that we can create lasting impact in our communities. Next. And why do we, which are some of the key considerations that we need to consider when we want to have, when we are looking at issues around capacity strengthening? One is we need to look at our leadership and governance gaps. And we are saying that many organizations are led by passionate individuals who may lack formal training in governance and leadership. So we need them to have the requisite governance and leadership skills. This can lead, when this happens, this can lead to weak board oversights, poor decision-making, and lack of strategic direction. So we are saying that if there's a governance and leadership gap, then you find that we might end up making wrong decisions. So we need to make sure that community organization, the people who lead community organizations, have the requisite leadership and governance skills and knowledge. Next. And also other areas that we need to focus our strengthening is when we have weak financial and accountability systems. So what that means is that when you don't have robust systems, then the risks, you kind of have high risk of loss of loss of property or loss of finances in your systems. And then you are saying that we need robust systems that are crucial for managing donor funds, ensuring transparency, and complying with regulatory requirements, because we know we need to comply. We must be compliant to regulatory requirements. So many partners operate with basic manual system prone to errors and misuse. And this is the common issue is poor systems and audit risks. And we are saying that if you have the requisite financial system, robust financial systems, then the chance of you gaining confidence through improved system to your donors and to your communities becomes very important. So we must have systems that are critical for us to make sure that our finances and we are accountable to the both the communities and the donors that give us the resources. Next. Another area is areas around fundraising and resource mobilizations. We are saying that most community partners rely heavily on donor funding and struggle with sustainability. So this ends in reliance on external donors, which is unsustainable. And we all know, especially after what happened to USAID. So we know that you can't continue relying on resources from external donors. So we need to build skills in local fundraising, proposals writing, and endowment building can reduce dependency and promote financial resilience. And in this area of resource mobilization, I'm bringing in endowment because we need to have a steady, reliable, and unrestricted funds so that we can now make independent decisions. And some of the examples are like, especially some of the CBOs that we work with at KCDF, you find that after the trainings, they are posting about 60% of their funds are coming from local resources. I mean, local fundraising. So we need to train people on fundraising and local resource mobilization. Next. We also need to have robust systems when it comes to monitoring and evaluation. Without a solid monitoring and evaluation systems, partners cannot effectively measure impact, learn from their network, or report results to stakeholders. And this affects donor confidence and organizational learning. So inability to track hampers learning. So what we are saying is that we need to have a robust system, especially solid systems in our measurements, in our monitoring and evaluation, and that creates confidence from both our donors, stakeholders, and even the communities that we serve. And we are seeing that when organizations have an environmental, this is an environmental organization in Rwanda, after their training in data collection, outcome tracking, what we are calling outcome harvesting and reporting tools, they began producing evidence-based reports that influence local government policies and attract new funding from regional partners and other interested donors. So what we are saying that we must have a clear measurement system. And the clear measurement system in our setup is a clear monitoring, evaluation, and learning system. Next. We also need, as organizations, we need to have very clear succession planning and institutional memory. So many organizations are founder-led and lack succession plans. And there's a lot of founder mentality in these organizations, making them vulnerable to collapse if the leader exists unexpectedly or if there are wrangles, because the organization was centered on one person. So the founder dependency risks collapse. And we are saying that organizations need to have very clear succession planning, continuity plans, so that it doesn't purely rely on one person. So we need to create leadership continuity via planning. So each organization must look at how do we continue in our situation, how do we have a very clear succession planning and making sure that we're also reserving the institutional memory so that we are, we are not only depending on a founder, so that when the founder leaves, then the organization collapses. Next. And also the other issue is about literacy, digital literacy and technology use. You find that this remains low in many rural organizations, especially affecting communication, reporting, and operations. Capacity support in ICT can boost efficiency and visibility. So if you have low digital adaptation, then this limits efficiency. So we are seeing some organizations, especially a youth organization in Malawi, that after the training, they made sure that they adapted a digital platform for donor reporting, stakeholders engagement, and virtual training or learning after receiving the skills. And this helps in expanding their reach, especially during the COVID season. So what you're saying that organization must, if you want to, you want to thrive in this area, you must have you must enhance your digital literacy and technology use. Next. And these are also used in fundraising, in engagement with communities, engagement with donors, and all that. So under community engagement and inclusivity, partners must have, especially when you're a philanthropy community partner, you must have a strong community. Philanthropy is rooted in community voice and ownership. Basically, when you work around philanthropy, it's about giving. And if you also, as you give, you must have a voice. So the communities must be at the center of their philanthropy work. And capacity helps partner build participatory models and accountability frameworks. And there's need for participatory model. And we are saying that if this is built in, it increases trust via inclusive governance. So we are saying community engagement and inclusivity is core, especially in this area of philanthropy, and where we want community voices and ownership to be at the center of our work. Next. So in conclusion, we are saying that strengthening community is not a one-off event, must be a continuous process that empowers our community philanthropy partners to become more resilient, responsive, and locally rooted agents of change. It builds legitimacy, ensures effectiveness and resource use, and enhances long-term sustainability and impact. So we must embrace capacity building as a continuous process, but also at the same time that we must identify the needs within our where there are gaps, so that we design capacity strengthening plans within our organizations, so that we continuously keep on building our capacity as the needs arises. Otherwise, I think that is my last slide, and unless there are any questions. Any questions? And maybe just as a takeaway is we need to support long-term capacity initiatives. We also need to partner with community-led organizations to build our capacities, or vice versa. And then we need to promote development models that center around communities and around our needs as community, as civil society organizations. Any questions? Thank you. Questions? Back to you.
Thank you so much, Kennedy. I don't know if there are any questions. If anyone has a question, this is your opportunity to speak up. You can just raise your hand before we move to the next session.
Thank you, Viola.
No questions so far. There's one question from Mercy Korea. What criteria do you use to qualify a CBO for partnerships?
Usually you need to look at, does the CBO work align with your work? or does a CPO work align with your philosophy as an organization? Like as we say, we are community, we do community-led, we promote justice, and we are looking at issues around communities leading their own development. So whenever you want to partner with any organization, you need to look at, is it aligned to your vision, your mission, your philosophy? Does it fall within the work that you do as an organization? So that you're partnering with somebody you can easily align with, as opposed to partnering with somebody whom you know you don't have a meeting point, which can easily bring conflict. So you must align your organization with the philosophy or the vision and mission of the organization you want to partner with, and vice versa. Back to you. Thank you.
If there are no more questions,
okay. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And I hope that you can reach out to us. You can go to the KCDF portal. There's a community East African Financial Resilient portal where you can get much more information about some of the services you can get from that portal in terms of organizational capacity strengthening, and which you can join freely and use as your way of building your capacity. Otherwise, thank you, and back to you, Gloria.
thank you, Kennedy, so much. That was quite an insightful session, and I believe that the lessons and the ideas that you've shared today, we get to reflect more as we continue our work in our communities. So thank you so much for that, Kennedy. We are very much honored to have you today.
Asante sana.
So we'll move to the next session. So here we have our very own Valeria, who will be shedding more light about our program for those who maybe they're not familiar with the program. So she will be unveiling the journey, why we built the program and who joined us, and really what comes after the program. So welcome so much, Valeria. I hand over the mic to you.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you so much, Kennedy, for that wonderful presentation, and also for being here today, and also to Vincent for the welcoming remarks. It's an emotional day also for us, as a team. It's a great milestone, not only for the organizations within Light Up Impact, but also, for all the work that the team has put into this program. And I'm really excited to also share with you a little bit more about that and about the impact of the program. But before we go into that, as I know that not everyone might know so much maybe about Light Up Impact, I'll tell you first what we believe in and who we are. So next slide, please. At Light Up Impact, we believe in the power of youth movements to advance social justice. And not only that, we'll do it with certain values that are really important to us, because we believe that these values are instrumental for social change. The first one is courage and can-do attitude. The movement of Light Up Impact, the grassroots organizations, make a movement that is bold, that is courageous, that is not shying away from sharing what they believe in. We are a collaborative movement. Collaboration over competition is central for Light Up Impact. Passion for social impact. At Light Up Impact, we believe change is driven by our purpose, by what we believe in. We are fighting against money-centric approaches to put our purpose first, especially when we are young leaders and young organizations. And last but not least, empathic leadership. We believe in empathy, we believe in listening to our leaders, and this is also why we incorporate their ideas, we incorporate even what they're going through into our approach. Next slide, please. is with these values that Light Up Impact today, after 4 years, has become a community, a movement of 100 young visionary grassroots leaders fighting for gender, sexual reproductive health and rights, and education justice in East Africa. Next slide. With this movement, we have identified ourselves as enablers, connectors, trainers, and power shifters. So these 4 words are the ones you have to remember when you think about Light Up Impact and about who we are. And why is that? Next slide. The solution we provide at Light Up Impact, our approach, is an inclusive and enabling environment for the sustainable development of grassroots organizations and their leaders. And all our activities are centered under 4 key strategic pillars. The first one, networking and peer-to-peer support. You remember the value of collaboration over competition? That's where all the events that we organize that bring together the youth leaders in this movement, but also the connectors, connecting them to the key stakeholders that they need to drive change. Second point, trust-based partnerships. We need to trust local leaders. We need to trust young people. We are building systems to enable trust in a more systematic way in development work. Thirdly, skills and capacity development. Kennedy has introduced beautifully why do we need skills and capacity development. And the last but not least, institutional capacity building of Light Up Impact. This is a more inward-facing strategic pillar that aims to be intentional, to build our own capacity if we need to act as an enabler in the system. And now I want to zoom in directly into a skills and capacity development pillar with our program. Next slide, please. I'm so happy to introduce you today what was actually a pilot program that started in 2023, the Skills Development and Innovation for Impact program. Why that name? Why innovation? We used design thinking methods as we were developing this program, and we used participatory approaches from our participants. Next slide. It all started through a selection process where our members applied through an online application, after which some were selected for interviews. This all happened in December 2023. And two members, 2 pearls, I would say, were selected. Usani Village Africa from Uganda and Sulevmon CBO from Kisumu, Kenya, that are graduating with us today. Next slide, please. So it all started to get to know these organizations. At Light Up Impact, we believe in connecting deeply with our members and understanding what they're doing on the ground. So after we selected them, we visited them. We went to Kisumu, we went to Uganda, we got to know the teams, we saw what they were doing. And after that, next slide, please. We conducted a capacity and needs assessment, yes? We spent time, this was a 2 days, let's say, event that happened with a focus group discussion, allowing the organizations to score themselves into a framework. Next slide, please. That we have co-developed, with people that have shared their insights, like Israel Family Foundation have shared their knowledge on how they do this. We looked in the literature, we adapted the framework, yes? So this framework allows us to go through certain topics through a long discussion with our members on the topics that you see on the left. So we touched upon foundation principle, management and operation, financial resources, human resources, external resources, and leadership development. We adapted the questions to what mattered to us at Light Up Impact, and we identified on the right-hand side a scoring system so that we could rank organization from startup stage to sustainability stage. When the organization started, they were at the late startup stage, where is indicated here by an arrow. And I'm going to be very excited to share the results of the final evaluation of the program in just a few minutes. Next slide, please. After understanding where the organization were placed, we had a co-creation with them, and we sat down at a table and we wanted to build training modules, right, for what they actually needed. And this on this slide is the structure of the program that came out. We had 10 training modules from this program that are listed, that go from operations all the way to communications. It ran this program from January 2024 to May 2025, and I want to acknowledge all the different partner organizations and trainers that are listed here on the side that have contributed with their expertise for the wonderful execution of this program. And I also want to mention that this is an intense program that not only has 10 training modules, but also 10 assignments that the organizations were able to deliver, 20 coaching sessions, and also 2 incredible 1-week exchange visits. And I want to reiterate that the exchange visits was one of the highlights of the program, for the organizations to come together, to have peer-to-peer session. And this is something that we will highlight also in the learnings. Next slide, please, Jennifer. Now, after the organizations have gone through this very intense program, I'm so happy actually to share that they have moved to growth stage. Yes, so both Sunny Village Africa and Soulèvement CBO now are at the early growth. And you might think this small movement of the arrow is not significant, but it really is. It really is, because we were there with them when they did this work. We were there to see the progress, and you will see today when they're talking about their work, you will see today their wonderful strategic plans. Yes, the headaches that gave them. So I'm so proud, and please comment in the chat or give them a round of applause because this is a very exciting milestone. Next slide, please. I want to now take you very briefly, as I'm going towards the conclusion, on the lessons learned and improvements also that came from this program. The participants felt, since the program was hybrid, maybe I did not mention, it was a combination of online and in-person sessions, that they would benefit more from the in-person sessions. As I mentioned, the exchange visits, for them, there was one of the most valuable learnings and most beneficial. So they expressed the desire to have longer exchange visits, or maybe more than one during the duration of the program. They also expressed the desire of more hands-on activities when we talk about proposal writing and grant simulations, and also not to judge every module as the same. There are some high impact modules like strategic planning, right? Or even communications is such a big topic from a smaller organization. It just requires more time to really build the structures behind it. Even governance, when one of our organizations, Usani Village, recently reformed entirely the board, right? This was really like a process that they had to go through. It just doesn't happen 1 month that you do the governance training. And last but not least, they thought, and I love this idea of developing an e-learning student dashboard for their progress and knowledge access, so that this can also be an interactive aspect that they can have as they're going through the program online and not feel so isolated. Next slide, please. So now what's next? You know, capacity building program finishes, and then, you know, maybe everybody asks, so what is next for this organization? What exactly is the follow-up? Now, that's where we are different. We are very intentional with the follow-up because our members stay in our community. After graduation, we have planned to follow the journey, now that they are growth stage, to sustainability in the next 3 years. So we will redo the same reassessment once a year, because that assessment then is an opportunity for the organization to rethink their work, their gaps, and what they need. We will still be their advisors and coaches. We will still be their connectors to experts that they require at a different stage of their organizations, and to funders. Last but not least, this is an idea that came from our own graduates. They would love to set up somehow, and this is for the future for us to think, an alumni mentorship system within our movement. They have all this knowledge. Can they share it back to the others? Can they themselves offer that support? Next slide, please. And now thinking ahead, what about the next cohort? We have built learnings, we have built expertise for this program. We are ready to scale. We want to scale the program to 10 organizations in 2026. And for that, we need partners and we need co-investments. So if there's anyone in the room today that wants to discuss with us and wants to partner with us, support us scale this program, please get in touch. Next slide, please. As I conclude my presentation, I would like to specifically thank the partners that contributed to this program. Kennedy and KCDF helped us prepare all the content that was also needed through a side collaboration for some of these trainings. And now LightUp Impact can own some of the trainers. Emerging Leaders Foundation Africa, thank you for delivering part of the leadership development training. Impact Direct, thank you so much for delivering the theory of change training. And Triple Minds, thank you so much for your proposal writing training. Next slide, please. As we're coming to an end, I just want to say something. This journey was an unforgettable journey, and it was not only about reaching milestone. Building leadership and resilience, it's a hard journey. There were moments we were all scared, the participants, what was happening, a new program, challenging moments. There were moments of tears when they were going through the journey and their own why. And there was joy and there was hope. So there's definitely hope for these leaders and a really bright future. Next slide. So this is just to finish on my side. Thank you so much. Let's talk and connect to make sure that we're able to build more sustainable organizations in East Africa. Asante sana. I'm happy to take a few questions. I think we're a little bit out of time, but I see a few hands up. So I guess we can take them directly. So I would ask Christine to unmute herself.
Thank you so much, Valerie, and congratulations to the new graduates. Now, I'm interested in being the next cohort. What does it entail?
Thank you for that question, Christine. So for you to be part or be able to apply for this program, first of all, you need to be a member of LightUp Impact. I don't know which country are you based in. This year, we will be opening applications only for Rwanda and Tanzania. Probably in the next year, we will be opening for the other countries in East Africa, but we will keep you posted around that. So that's the first step. Once you are part of our community, you're able to access these opportunities that we have for our own members.
Okay, I am from Kenya. Maybe I'll share my email address so that you can be able to link me on how to go about it. Thank you.
Please, I'll go to the next question from Fidel.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I'm Fidel. I'm just following you from the refugee camp, Kakuma. So I'm very interested with this program. And then I'm just representing NRLO, Refugee Lead Organizations. After following, I found that this is very amazing. And then I saw that this also can help the community, the refugee communities. So also we feel interested in terms of empowering our refugee communities. I want to know how the procedure as a refugee lead organization who want to join this program. Thank you.
Thank you, Fidel. So this would be the same answer that I give to Christine. First, you need to apply to be part of our community. If you share your contacts in the chat, we will let you know once we open applications. However, I want to mention to you both that beyond this program, LightUp Impact also works with partners, like with KCDF through the Wezesha initiative that we had earlier this year for online e-learning. So we try to reach also members that we're not able to reach with the one-to-one, sorry, not members, organizations, yes, out there. So also be on the look for other opportunities of growth that could still be there. Thank you so much, Fidel. I think for the interest of time, we need to move to the next session. Please ask questions in the chat. If there's anything, I can follow up as we continue. And I think I will continue myself to invite our dear Gabriele Blescher, Associate Director of Isra Family Foundation. And as I welcome Gabriele, I just want to mention something. I've met Gabriele roughly 2 years ago through one of our members. Yes, I attended a full impact fundraising workshop that they were organizing. And since then, we have been building this relationship. But Gabriele and I usually have a talk every 4 months, and she always checks on my mental health. So thank you so much for that, Gabriele. She always has ideas on who I have to contact. You know, the connector I was telling you for the growth. When I met her, this program was not even, you know, close to being brought to life. So I just want to tell you, Gabriele, thank you for being here. We value so much as a partner. And with time, as we were building this relationship, we have been feeding their pipeline of CLI cohorts, also by recommendations from our members, 3 of which had made it through. So I'm really proud and excited that they're part of this amazing program. And I will leave the stage to you so that we learn more about the Collaborate Learning Initiative. Welcome, Gabriele.
Thank you so much, Valeria, and thank you for the presenters before, all really interesting learnings, and it is really an honor to be here. A huge congratulations to all the leaders. If possible, Jennifer, if I could have my slides, that would be great. Thank you. So today we celebrate a fundamental truth. The strongest community leaders are those who understand that lasting change happens through collaboration. I'm going to repeat that one time. The strongest community leaders are those who understand that lasting change happens through collaboration. As Associate Director of the Isra Family Foundation, I have the privilege of participating in this event and celebrating extraordinary community leaders who have demonstrated the power of advancing leadership. I hope you realize this is not a solo journey. It's a collaborative endeavor that has the power to transform entire ecosystems. At the Isra Family Foundation, through our Collaborative Learning Initiative, we are building sustainable leadership ecosystems in East and Southern Africa. Next slide, please. There are very few leaders who start an organization because they love spreadsheets, because they love board and governance, or because they love HR. They start an organization because they see a need and they feel they can contribute to solving it. They start an organization because of their passion. And that is where we at the Isra Foundation and organizations like Light Up Impact come in. Next slide, please. At IFF, we see this need. Our CLI program supports early-stage nonprofit leaders as they develop resilient organizations through expert-facilitated learning, intentional networking, and strategic funding. We do this so leaders can have a greater impact. Next slide. Our main program, CLI, is a 10-month intensive, that word keeps coming up today, intensive weekly learning program where the 8 modules result in a strategic plan. And it's not a plan you keep in a drawer and never look at, but a plan to keep you on track to have a greater impact. This program allows leaders to work on their organizations versus working in their organizations. Next slide. Our program is cohort-based. There's 15 to 16 leaders in each cohort. We strongly believe in peer connections as well as funder connections. Next slide. The program CLI comes with funding. Some of it's restricted and some of it is unrestricted. And we spend time and a lot of effort trying to introduce leaders to other funders. Next slide. our partner profiles. So we work with early stage community-based leaders who have programs that focus on youth and incorporate an educational component. Roughly the organizations are 2 to 8 years old. They have a budget of $25,000 to $200,000. I can answer more questions later on more about the partner profile. Next slide. The program structure. As I said, this is an intensive 8-month online learning. My favorite module is personal wellness. My thought is that leaders cannot take care of others if they do not take care of themselves. So this is one of our unique modules, is personal wellness. Otherwise, we have the other modules like strategic planning, resource mobilization, financial management, HR and team culture, board and governance. Next slide. The program creates lasting change at multiple levels. Individual leaders develop advanced competencies and confidence. Organizations transform into sustainable and resilient institutions, and interconnected ecosystems emerge that amplify collective impact. Next slide. Our theory is we believe that leadership development leads to organizational sustainability, which leads to ecosystem building. Next slide. So by the numbers, IFF has developed since 2021, this program started in 21, IFF has developed 6 cohorts representing 86 organizations and 97 leaders across Kenya, Madagascar, Malawi, Rwanda, South Africa, Tanzania, and Uganda. Next slide. These are some of our leaders. This is a testimony from one of our leaders. Since 2021, at least 7 of our partners now have over $1 million budget. They are playing it forward and supporting the fellow participants. Next slide. When we first met Light Up Impact, we realized how much our goals align. Since then, we have established a partnership built on organizational referrals, shared learnings, and ongoing supportive conversations. We too believe and live by the words that true leadership development happens when leaders, learners, facilitators, supporters, and funders work as collaborative partners, mainly because community leadership advances fastest when supported by collaborative ecosystems. Today, what I believe we're celebrating isn't just the work of Light Up Impact or individual leader achievements. It's proof that collaborative approaches to advancing community leadership create transformation that ripples far beyond any single organization. In conclusion, to Light Up Impact, congratulations. This graduation demonstrates your commitment to creating change. And to the leaders, I would love to see your face. I'd love just the camera on just to see the leaders for 1 minute. To the leaders, can't see any of you, but I'm talking to you. To the leaders, congratulations. You've lived it, learned it, and now we hope you'll lead it. And may your advancement inspire collaborative leadership development across East and Southern Africa. A huge thank you.
Let's clap for Gabriele. Let's put some reactions. Yes, I see hearts, Rogers, I see Bernard, Rhoda, even not the graduates. Let's take a moment just to turn on our videos, maybe as for request for Gabriele. I know there are many leaders in this call. So let's just turn on, let's just say quick hi, yes. Finally, it's so good to see everyone.
It's really good. And this is the community that we collaborate in. So thank you, everybody, and really a huge congratulations. I don't know if there are any questions. I do have to jump off in a little bit, but happy to take some questions.
Thank you, Gabriele. Does anybody have a question or two for Gabriele? Now is the time. You can kindly put your hand up, or you can use the chat if you feel more comfortable. Flowers. Gabriele, you get flowers.
Thank you.
Anyone? A burning question about the collaborative learning initiative?
Okay, well, I'm happy to answer questions at any stage. So should anyone, please reach out. Huge congratulations and best of luck to everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here, Gabriele. Thank you so much. We'll be in touch. I'll give it back to our moderator, Gloria, to continue with our session.
Thank you, Valeria. Thank you, Gabriela. That was quite a powerful session on the power of collaboration. So thank you for that, Gabriela. So we'll move quickly to the fireside chat. So this is a session where we get to hear from our graduates. Sorry. Get to know what the program has been all about. And next slide, please. So our moderator for this session will be John Nduhura. He's the founder and director for the Center for Integrated Community Development Uganda, and he's also a member at Light Up Impact. So I hand over the session to you, Nduhura. So Nduhura will be doing the icebreaker. Just before we go into the fireside chat, he'll be doing the icebreaker, and we get to take a photo with everyone. So get your cameras ready and hand it over to Nduhura. Thank you, Nduhura. Hand it over to you.
Thank you, Gloria. It's awesome feeling here in Uganda. I don't know about energy levels in other countries. If you have energy levels, you can put on camera and say, wow. We can all say, wow, by putting on our cameras. Rogers, you are doing it in a big way. Thank you so much. And we go to our session that is going to take us to an interesting session. I'm John Nduhura once again. I'm a founder and a team leader at CICD Uganda, as I've been already introduced. And I'm excited to moderate this session and following my comrades in different spaces. For us here in Uganda, it's a bit cold, but we want to be warm by end of this session. And we believe that this session, since it is on the fireside, it is going to be exciting and awesome. So you are welcome to today's fireside chat, where we give an opportunity to learn about our people who have been going through a journey and they are graduating today. And all of us in expression in our chat box, we can celebrate Bernard Moho Bwambale and Gloria Cheng by expression of either hand clap or some love and congratulate them. Thank you so much for those who are doing it. And for us at Light Up Impact, this is a great journey that is shaping the grassroots organizations in Uganda. And I can tell you, our great partners have done it so well, and they have given us a tune that we can follow and achieve much more together beyond borders. The borderlines are no longer restricting us, but we are now celebrating human connection. We are going to be connectors and much more. So the session of today, we are going to see the journey they went through, and I'm going to take through Bernard and Gloria, where they will share with us a lot of what has been happening ever since they joined the program. And we believe that they are going to share with us heart to heart. So members will come with me by introducing once again Bernard Bwambale to wave to people that you are much present and excited. And you've been telling us that you have been looking forward to this. So can you, by showing by showing a wave and a smile again, and then you should be followed by Gloria, who is going to represent her organization. And when they are going to talk, when they are sharing, I would like to request members that you can share a comment, you can express how you feel about the presentation in the chat box. So feel free. And at this moment, I would like to welcome Gloria and Bernard. You introduce yourselves. Please introduce yourself and make sure that you share with us your personal motivation and why are you doing all this. So make sure you answer that. And I'm giving 5 minutes to Gloria to start first and then followed by Bernard.
Hello, everyone. I'm really glad to be part of this day, and it has been a very long journey. We are also happy. We are also sad because it's also sad to see it ending, but we also know that we'll still be with the Light Up team at least for 3 years or more, because also our key is also to continue collaborating with Light Up and also other members. I'm Gloria, and I am the team lead of Sulevmo. I'm also a psychologist. And this journey has been amazing. And why we started Sulevmo in the first place, as a young person, I struggled with depression and anxiety for a very long time. And when you come around other young people, you realize that they also struggle with it. And at that time, I did not even know where I could also go for help. And also, if there was a place to go and get help, I was not able to get to a place that I felt I was free and I was not being judged. So together with the co-founder, who is also in the meeting, hi Brian. So together with the co-founder, we decided to found Sulevmo and create a space for young people to be able to express themselves, and also a place that we will work together to build resilience, and a place that will be more empathetic than the places that each one of us had gone to and did not feel like we were welcomed. And so that is why we are here, and that is why we are really excited to collaborate with USAID and continue working with the youths. Thank you.
Over to you, Brian. Over to you, Bernard, please. You can share why, your personal experience, your motivation, and why are you doing what you are doing?
Thank you so much, Jonan. Good afternoon, everyone. Bernard Molo Wambale is my name, the founder at Usani Village Africa. I'm a teacher by profession, but also a community development practitioner. And I'm excited to be seeing each one of us here. And thank you for the heartfelt congratulations upon this milestone. Basically, my journey to founding Usani Village Africa isn't just a professional one. It's deeply personal, rooted in the very community where I grew up. And as a person from this very community, I witnessed firsthand the relentless economic hardships that affected many families like mine. So it was a reality where tragically, nearly every girl I knew faced immense pressure, often becoming a mother by the age of 14. Simply due to the lack of alternatives and opportunities. That's why my childhood is my reality. Then in 2020, there came a devastating flood in Kasese, and my own family was among the 100,000 people displaced by this climate change-induced catastrophe. This wasn't just an environmental disaster. It was a human tragedy that exacerbated every existing vulnerability, particularly leading to further alarming rise in the teenage pregnancies in our already struggling community of Kasese, just like other communities face the same challenge. As if that wasn't enough, COVID-19 struck, making everything worse. Schools were closed, livelihoods vanished, and the desperation became so profound that girls, our young sisters, were exchanging sex for best necessities like sanitary pads. This exact point, this heartbreaking reality of sex for pads was not just a crisis, it was the ultimate trigger, the undeniable call to action that birthed Usani Village Africa. And at its core, Usani Village is our community's answer to these profound challenges. And at Usani Village Africa, we empower these incredibly resilient young people through art-based education and creative expression. We believe that art isn't just about painting or drawing. It's a language, a tool for healing, for learning, and for building our lives. Our work fundamentally is structured around 3 interlinked pillars, addresses different issues that affect the girls and young women. So we have art-based education for economic empowerment, where we train youth, including teenage mothers, in vocational skills like carpentry, tailoring, and eco-artistry. This is about providing dignity through a craft, a way to earn a living and break the cycle of poverty. The second pillar is art-based sexual and reproductive health and wellness advocacy, where we use creative expression to break the silence around sexual and reproductive health, equipping young people with the vital information in a way that really resonates, tackling issues like early marriage and promoting menstrual hygiene, so no girl can ever trade her body for a pad again, just as has happened in our community. And the last pillar that we tackle at Usani Village is eco art for environmental stewardship. So we engage them in environmental action, turning waste into art, teaching sustainability, not as a lecture, but as a creative act of community healing and resilience. In essence, Usani is about transforming tragedy into triumph, using the universal language of art to create a future where every young Ugandan can thrive economically, socially, and environmentally. Thank you so much, Jonan.
Thank you so much, Bernard. And before you get off the stage, I would like to go back to you by asking you a simple question. Can you give us the highlights about this program that you are graduating from today? And how did it shape you as a leader to improve the Usani's operations? So 5 minutes are enough for you to share with us quickly, please.
I hope can you still hear me?
Yes, I get you clearly.
Okay, thank you so much. Basically, when I think about a program highlight that truly reshaped me as a leader, and by extension, Usani's operations, my mind doesn't go to a grand event, but to something far more fundamental, a profound internal personal development session. This wasn't a workshop or a session, it was a deliberate, deep dive into understanding who I am at my core, beyond the organization, but of course, inherently affecting the operations of Usani Village Africa. Through the coaching, through the session, I realized that my inherent drive, my passion to listen deeply, to see and ignite the potential in others, and to lead with unwavering kindness. These aren't just traits. For me, as a protagonist at heart, they are very essence of my leadership. So it became crystal clear that my greatest strength lies not in what I do, but in who I am. That my vulnerability is a true power, and that my relentless desire to learn and grow personally and for those around me is my guiding force. So this period of intense self-awareness truly anchored my personal identity to my leadership journey, leading with purpose, operating with heart, and this deeper understanding of myself didn't stay internal. It became the catalyst of how I lead Usani Village Africa team and how we operate. I will summarize it in a few points. First, it shifted our entire approach from simply executing tasks to leading with a profound purpose. I learned that true operational excellence isn't just about efficiency, it's about intentionally rooted in authentic human connection. My personal commitment to empowering children and transforming communities became the very pulse of Usani's strategy. Every decision we make, every program we design now flows from that deeply held belief within me and the rest of the team, ensuring that our work resonates beyond our mere metrics. Secondly, this self-awareness directly translated into fostering a culture of empowerment within Usani Village Africa. Recognizing my own need to grow, I became fiercely connected to nurturing the same thirst for learning and development in every team member. And we intentionally built an environment where people feel seen, heard, and genuinely valued, where taking initiative is celebrated and personal growth is actively championed. And I think, to me, it's about building a team where everyone feels the courage to step forward and to ignite their own potential, because I truly believe it's the people we share our journey with who make the entire endeavor meaningful. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Bernard, and we really appreciate you so much. And the great work you are doing at Usani, and we want to see you grow more and more. And if you can go beyond the sky. So the sky is no longer the limit. You can thrive. So the question goes to Gloria. Gloria, my friend, would like to know what are your key learnings from the program you would like to share with grassroots leaders, and what did you discover about yourself or your organization? So in 5 minutes, you can wrap it up for us and unpack the message for us.
Thank you so much, Jonah and Jonan, and also to Bernard. That was really amazing. For us, I'd say when we started, we were a group of young people who had, we wanted to do something good in the community. And most of us had come from different organizations. We'd seen different problems, and coming together, we saw each other as strengths. And we were like, if we come together, then we can make change happen. So when Light Up Impact came and gave us this opportunity, we realized that we had a lot to do, and we had to also put our house in order for us to be able to achieve the goal that we have. And I think that was really amazing, because we had to also redesign our programs so that we are able to achieve our overall goals. We also had to go through an MN training, and that was also good, because if you look at our team, not all of us were trained in the areas that we are trained in. And we believe that with those trainings, we will be able to achieve the goal that we have. And the goal is making sure that no child or no youth is left behind. Also, I'd say we had so many highlights, and when Bernard talked about personal development, I know how personal development session could be also hard and also triggering, because you also have to look within yourself. And I think that is the hardest part that we don't want to touch. And I'm also a psychologist, so I know how it's hard to take someone through that. So we had to look in within ourselves and take our strengths to empower other people. And we also had to look at what is our barriers, what are the challenges, what do we want, what is our weaknesses. And with these, we are able to see how can we use our strengths, our stories to empower other people, other youths within our program. Also, I'd like to say that we've finally come up with a strategic plan, so we did not have it. And the process was also very, very interesting because I did not. I think it was a new experience for me, and also for us, for the whole team, because we thought that it will be a meeting that we are just sitting and we will be listing everything that we want to do. And we realized that it is not like that. We had to sit together and actually talk to each other and express we are, how do we come together as a team, and through the different conversations, we were able to now draft a plan, and that was really insightful, that was really good, and I am grateful to Light Up and also to Arinola. Thank you.
Awesome, Gloria. We really take a lot of learning from you, and we appreciate you for sharing with us the insights of what happened. And for people who are interested in learning from our presenters, they are available for you to share more information regarding their journey. So at this moment, we are still at Fireside Chat. It is happening here at Light Up Impact, the one of its kind. And if you are in attendance, the feeling is different because the Fireside helps you to learn and relearn. And together we can build social connections that are aimed at changing grassroots communities. So at this moment, we are going to open mic networking session. We have heard from Bernard, we have heard from Gloria, and this is a time when you can ask a question. You can ask anything in the chat box. You can even have something in the chat box. So we have 10 minutes to do this. The microphone is open. You can raise up your arm and we can be able to see you. And you network with these great people, Bernard and Gloria, the people who are in the hot seat now near the fireside. So the microphone is open for any person who wants to comment or give feedback, a question, and you are most welcome. Time for asking questions, times for complimenting, anything that you want to ask. Don't be left behind. And we believe that today it is an awesome day for us. Rogers Omolo, the microphone is to you.
Thank you so much, Jonah. I want to take this opportunity to appreciate Bernard and Gloria. It's a milestone. I understand it has taken long, and also just committing to the training and finally concluding, it's not easy. My question basically, just hearing from you, we were taken through some of the outlines of the programs that you attended. According to you, which one was the best and why? Thank you.
Thank you, Rogers. We appreciate Gloria and Bernard. Take note of those questions and compliments. I would like to welcome Okeyo, Eltrude.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, thank you so much. So my name is Eltrude, and I take up the opportunity to congratulate the graduates. I'm so happy, like to see the growth, and I just wanted to find out from them, both of them, if they were to meet somebody who is new and tell them about the program, what would they say?
Awesome, awesome. Jennifer, we welcome you to give a question or a compliment.
Thank you so much, John. I have a question to our great and dear leaders and the graduates for today. My question first to Gloria, to you is, what would you say is the benefit of having team members, not only you as the co-founder, of the organization together with Brian, but also having team members to be part of such a program? So that is for you, Gloria, having the team to be able to participate in such a program. And then to you, Bernard, what is the impact that this led to you, as a leader of an organization? Like, how did you take this whole perspective of discovering yourself, and what was the ripple effect to your team in exchange? So these are almost the same questions, but with different perspectives. So Gloria is going to answer the aspect of having the team involved in such a program. But for you, Bernard, you're going to focus deeply on you discovering yourself and how that led to a ripple effect to the organization itself and its growth. Thank you. Back to you, Jana.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. Those are awesome questions. And since it is the first round of taking questions, I would request Gloria and Bernard to prepare to answer them. And I'm requesting that Gloria, you go first to answer some of the questions that were raised, followed by Bernard.
Okay, thank you for the question. So I'll start with Jennifer's question, the benefits of having team members. For us, we had all the team participating in the program, but especially 2 other members. So we were 4 in total. And the benefit was for us, for everyone else to see the program beyond us, the co-founders, because most of the time we would go for trainings, and then other trainings only need the founding people or the director, and having them in the team will helped us generally to coming up with the other programs. When we were doing program development, it's easier to develop with them once we are all being trained through Light Up Impact. So it was really helpful for us to even do the other trainings with them, also do the other trainings with the rest of the team. For the second question, if I was to meet someone and tell them about the program, I'd say that it's a place for you to basically rethink your whole idea. Because what we had when we started the program with Light Up Impact, we had the organization, and then we had the programs that we're doing, and then through the different trainings that we had to rethink how are we doing M&D, how are we, what does our all our intervention look like. So we had the opportunity to rethink everything that we had, and then together with the coaches, together with the whole Light Up team, we were able to come up with the good and very nice interventions moving forward, and also coming up with way forward and how do we also gain sustainability. So I'd say it's a place that gets you to rethink your whole idea. It's a place to also come together with so many amazing people to co-create also on other amazing ideas. And it's a place where when you come out of the skill development program, you have a very good product that when we continue working with it, then we will be able to achieve our all-time goal. For the last question, the best part about the session. So the session was very nice because we got different topics within program development, but I'd say the best part was different minds. So we had different trainers, as you would have seen, Valeria was presenting. So we had different trainers, we had different perspectives, and we had so many people coming in to create with us, to guide us through. We had so many coaches, and I think just being in a position where you get to learn from different people, and then you get to present what you have, you get to also go through a coaching session where you can also defend what you have and then get correction. So I think that was the overall best part of being in this program. Over to Bernard.
Thank you, Gloria, and thank you, amazing people, for the wonderful questions. And they're good for reflection and also sharing on what we have benefited from the program. Starting from my leader, Jennifer, it was, I think personal development has been one of my favorite journeys that I've enjoyed through the whole program. And when it comes to the impact of self-discovery on me as an individual, one is clearly identifying my purpose. Why do I exist? And also trying to see the future that lies ahead of myself. If I had a chance, I would share about the letter to my future self, which really speaks to me, speaks to my future, speaks to the vision beyond myself, but also considering me as a person. Because initially, or before I underwent this training, most of the effort was put out there, pouring myself out to the people, to the community, without giving much attention to my personal development, but understanding myself and also being intentional on writing who I am and who I want to be has really helped me to focus on my personal development as an individual, looking at the family I want to have, the kind of children I want to be having in my family, the kind of woman I need. I already have the picture written there in my diary. And it has really reinstated the sense of good mental well-being as a leader. I would get stressed, I would get mood swings, but now you see, I'm very jolly and feeling so excited. And, you know, with that happiness, I go out to serve. When I'm happy, people will not be scared by my gloomy face, something like that. And I feel relaxed. Thank you so much, Light Up Impact. About the program, I would summarize it. In one sentence. This is a place where iron sharpens iron. Learning from Sulevmo through the exchange program. Oh my God, it was so amazing. They came, they visited us here in Uganda, and straight out to Kasese there in the village. They came, we went to Kisumu, we interacted with them, with their activities, their participants, and it was a lot of learning. That's why you heard Valeria mentioning that we are really advocating that we can have, this program should have had more of the exchange programs and also opportunities for rigorous peer-to-peer mentorship. So that's why I'm saying iron sharpens iron. Then I hope I'm not missing any other question. Going to the first question that Rogers asked, in addition to personal development, because I believe to every grassroots leader, personal development should be a key priority that you take on as a founder. But aside of personal development, one of the other most outstanding thing was the fear of change. This has been like work in progress from the beginning until when we wrote our strategic plan. You know, like our work initially was distorted, like explaining this project, explaining this program, like you fail to understand what are you trying to do. But I'm sure you'll be amazed by the presentations we are going to make, understanding the change we want to make in the communities. So that's all from me. Thank you so much. Back to the moderator, unless I missed anything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bernard and Gloria. And you have really articulated all the expectations on my side, but I don't know about other participants. In case they have something to that is burning, I would only take on 2 questions if they are there. Only 2 questions if they are burning. Any question, members?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Yeah, we can get you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm Celestia at Ocean Jora. I joined a bit late because my network had a problem. I have seen a message that we are doing this training digital. I thought that it was supposed to be online. Kindly let me know whether it will be physical or online, because sometimes we are very busy and getting time to wait to carry my carry. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Any other burning issue, members, that you want to share on the fire side? If not there, I would request members that this has been a beautiful session where we are able to pick some of the insights of what happened in the program. And I would like to request you in the chat box that you share with us what is your take-home message or what are the ideas you pick from this fireside chat today? We can take some time to reflect on what we have been sharing about. Kindly please hit the chat box and share your experience right now as we head to finalizing this fireside chat. So as we reflect and share in the chat box, it is awesome to meet as community members of Light Up Impact and the representation from different countries. There is a lot we can learn from this, and we thank Light Up Impact for taking up this pilot. And Bernard and Gloria, you have done it very well. You nailed it. And we believe that experiences you have, you'll continue sharing with us for us who are still on the journey of transformation. And all of us, we admire a butterfly. When you look at that butterfly in your community, sometimes you forget that it is also part of the process because the way of a butterfly, it goes through a process, and there are many stages that you go through in order to grow and become a butterfly. So I believe at this time, we can all fly together and we can pick up some other steps and other organizations to thrive with us. So members, continue sharing in the chat box your take-home message. What do you reflect on? What comes on in your mind, in your organization, in your society where you are? What is that thing that you are thinking about in order to cause change and transformation in your community? So, as we wait for the comments in the chat, I would like to thank Light Up Impact. Thank you for organizing this, and thank you for allowing the fireside chat to happen for the first time. And as Oliver Twist mentioned, we want more of the same. So if possible, give us more of the same. And on another note, we want to appreciate Bernard Wambare from Musan Village, Africa. Thank you so much for sparing time to share with us the highlights. Can we clap for Bernard using the facial expressions or the emojis that you can get? And we appreciate Bernard. Thank you so much. But also we appreciate Gloria Cheng and representing your organization in Kisumu. Thank you so much for the work you are doing so much. Let us also clap for Gloria in a big way, better than the one of Bernard, so that Bernard can feel jealous. But we all win in the same way. Our celebrations are the same. Continue to network, continue to get in touch with these organizations. For me, I'm near Bernard. I have to look for Bernard and learn more from him. For Gloria, when I'm in Kenya, I also come and look at what you are doing and learn from you, and many people who are here. So we appreciate the participants in the audience, in the chat side. Thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you for the contributions you are giving in the chat box. And even as we have heard from you, thank you so much. I see messages coming in. I will learn more from you all. I can see many reflections coming in. Keep them flowing, and we are going to read them, internalize, and together we can achieve more. So as I conclude, I want to thank our presenters once again. Thank you so much. I want to thank Gloria. Thank you for allowing us to be on the fireside. Valeria, thank you so much for supporting the fireside chat. And until when you are invited, we shall have another fireside chat next time. Thank you so much for attending this fireside chat. And at this moment, let's go to next moderator, and back to you, Gloria.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Bernard. Thank you, Gloria, for sharing your experience through the program. So I hope we've learned a few things, we've picked a few things. And if you really want to know more, you can always engage with Bernard and Gloria. So I suggest that Bernard and Gloria, you leave your social media pages on the chat and people get to connect with you. So next we move to the strategic plan launch. So this is yet another opportunity to interact with the graduates, with Usani and Suleiman. So we'll have the opportunity to have the launch here within the ceremony. So, and Valeria will be leading this session. It's unfortunate that Arinola, who was the moderator and was really played a big role in the creation of these strategic plans, is not here with us today to moderate the session, but Valeria will be here to support. So I hand it over to Vale.
Thank you so much, Gloria. And allow me, as we transition, to also thank Jonan. Wonderful moderation. I really enjoyed the fireside chat, and thank you so much to Bernard and Gloria for being so open, I would say, yes, and share your experience. It was really nice to see how you have grown as leaders, and also to learn how the program has impacted your team and your organization. So now we're moving to a new phase. Next slide, please. So I would like to give formally the apologies on behalf of Arinola, who is also a Light Up Impact board member. Arinola is a senior strategic advisor at Warande Advisory Center, and she has been coaching the two organizations and the teams today for them to develop this wonderful product, which is their strategic plan. They told you before, I think it was Bernard or Gloria, one of the two, of how hard this was. It was about rethinking, right? The whole program was about rethinking yourself and equally how to build your strategic plan. So I'm very proud that we've reached this significant moment where they will share in two wonderful also presentations what their strategic plan will be. Next slide, please. Just to guide you on how we're going to spend the next 35 to 40 minutes, we will have first a presentation of the strategic plan launch from Lusani Village, Africa, where Bernard and Ruth will be presenting for 10 minutes. Right after, we will have Suleiman presenting, and then we will have a 15 minutes Q&A and peer-to-peer session. So please think as Lusani Village Africans work, but also suggestions or questions for them as they develop their strategic plan, because it's such an important milestone for each and every organization. So let's make the most of that peer-to-peer session. Great, and with no further ado, I would like to invite Bernard to the stage. Bernard, you're sharing your own slides, right?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Valeria and everyone here. I hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. once again, I'm Bernard, the founder to Sunny Village Africa, and I'm not alone. I have my co-founder, Ruth Omugisha, the mighty partner we have worked with this journey from the start to date, and we shall be presenting together with her. And amid this task, I would like to recognize our board members who are here. I really feel happy to see you witnessing this milestone that we are celebrating today. So delving into the strategic plan, we have only 10 minutes. Allow me present immediately without wasting much of our time. I would like to really appreciate Ms. Arinola Omolo in her absentia, the wonderful resource personnel that worked us through the whole journey of developing a heavy document that if you read, you may take some good hours to go through the detailed plan. And much appreciation to Light Up Impact for enabling us to reach this far by allowing us to be the pioneer participants of this program. So looking at our problem, what are we trying to address as Usani Village Africa? There is a crisis that is attacking the young people that you're working with. In Kasese, where I come from, as you heard, it is normal to marry off a 14-year girl. It's normal. It's normal. And if you look at the statistics, the Ministry of Health rated Kasese district rate of teenage pregnancy at 58%, which is way higher than the national rate. Uganda's national rate is at 24%. And on average, 12 girls become pregnant on a daily basis in Kasese. And if you look at the statistics in 2023 alone, we had 7,000 cases, which was so rare. And it went beyond the average of 12 cases every day. That is a crisis that is facing the young people. And of course, one of the other interesting facts I want to mention is that by 30, someone is a grandmother, because the cycle of 14 years is still existing. You find that someone turns 29 and is having a grandchild, which is really sad. In Kasese, just like it may be in other communities, boys are prioritized over girls when it comes to education because of the adverse effects of poverty. You'll find that boys are given the chance to go to school and the girls will not be allowed to go into school. That's the dropout rates. Additionally, lack to access to menstrual health kits or products also affects the completion rates in Kasese district. Leave alone that even the pregnancies themselves lead to their dropout rate. And you'll find that 32% of the girls complete primary school, and the average age is 12, 13, 14 here in Uganda for someone to finish primary school. And that explains why at the age of 14, someone is already pregnant in our district. And if you look down here, there is unemployment. In 2024, it increased by 0.23% across the country, making it 4.46, meaning that young people lack opportunities to make sure that they beat the cycles of poverty. And another interesting fact is that 60% of the plastic waste here in Uganda ends up in landfills or discarded off in the community because it is not stored or deposited off in a good way. And 10% of the waste that is produced in Uganda ends up in landfills. That's according to the National Environmental Management Authority of Uganda. And another interesting fact about plastic waste here in Uganda is that we produce 600 tons of plastic on a daily. You can imagine the challenge. At Usani Village Africa, we believe that we can create a world where marginalized youth can harness their creativity to drive social change, foster resilience, and achieve sustainable community development. And our mission is to empower marginalized youth in Uganda, particularly teenage mothers and out-of-school young people, through art-based education and advocacy, equipping them to overcome challenges, promote health, and contribute to sustainable community development. We are working with these teenage mothers because they are trapped in the cycles of poverty. So we want to work with them by giving them these skills so that they can beat that cycle. As we work with those who are already in school to make sure that they get access to knowledge on sexual and reproductive health, so that they can be able to stay in school and complete their education. Our solution is here. Sorry, I have to move these things. Fantastic. In our theory of change, or what the change we want to see, how we want to tackle these challenges, we believe that if we do art-based education, we do sexual health and reproductive health education and advocacy, eco-artistry training, leadership development, we shall be able to acquire income generating skills amongst the young people we are working with, or the youth, to enhance their economic capacity, thus beating the cycles of poverty. We shall be able to avoid early marriages among the school-going children, even those who are outside school, and girls will stay in school. And then we shall have young people who are leading environmental restoration. And these are our strategic pillars. So our first strategic pillar is art-based education and skilling. Through under this pillar, we are empowering young people, especially teenage mothers and out-of-school youth, with vocational skills. Talk of carpentry, talk of tailoring, and eco-artistry. Then in the other second pillar, that is art for health and wellness advocacy, we are looking at providing adolescents with adequate sexual and reproductive health information necessary for them to make informed decisions and be able to stay in school. Also enabling them to have access to sanitary materials so that they can be able to stay in school. The other pillar is eco-art for environmental stewardship. Through upcycling art, we are turning plastic into purposeful products that even young people are turning these into economic opportunities, the circular economy. Organizational strengthening and growth. Of course, these three pillars can't sustain themselves alone. We are focusing on growing our capacity as an organization, making sure that every member on the team has access to growth opportunities through such platforms like Light Up Impact Skills Development and Innovation for Impact Program. We can be able to access more knowledge and resources to make sure that we have the necessary capacity to run this organization. We want to enhance our resource mobilization skills, focusing on sustainability. I will end here for now and pass over to Ruth. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernard, and good afternoon to everyone. Not to kill the flow, I'll just go straight to our next slide, which is our impact. My name is Ruth, and I love talking about the impact because it reminds me of how far we've come. So now we have three aspects: that's the art-based education, sexual reproductive health education, and advocacy. Then eco-artistry training. So we've had vocational trainings in fashion and design, plus carpentry and design, and these have benefited 41 youth. These were hands-on trainings facilitated by experts in relevant fields, and they've aimed at skilling these young people with the end goal of increased income, generations plus self-employment. We also have an ongoing training for the 6 young leaders that stood out from the trainings that I've talked about. And we are training them in teaching methods, plus marketing strategies, business management, and modern techniques in fashion and design. We also hope that these can be our future educators. So for the sexual reproductive health education, we've reached over 2,000 adolescents with comprehensive sexual reproductive health education through our outreach programs in more than 10 local schools in Kasese. These outreaches have also been complemented by radio talk shows plus digital campaigns since we're in the digital era. We have also so far distributed 500 reusable sanitary towels to beneficiaries since 2021, and we have plans to manufacture these on our own. Then when we go to the eco-artistry training, we've successfully integrated environmental stewardship through eco-artistry workshops with both local and international artists. 50 were trained, 50 participants or artisans were trained in upcycling, awareness, and advocacy towards reducing plastic pollution, while the 8 were facilitated in the hands-on trainings and were able to exhibit their work from here in Uganda. Amongst the 8, we had 1 from Rwanda, 2 from Kenya, and 5 from Uganda. We've also been able to host 3 annual exhibitions in Uganda and Hong Kong. Before you go to the next slide, these 10,000 people that you see here, we believe that we've indirectly impacted this because everyone that has attended any of our annual exhibitions or listened on radio, we believe that they've had a mindset change towards our focus areas. I think it's also important to recognize our partners because it would have been close to impossible to accomplish all these that we've accomplished without their support. So allow me to recognize Uganda Christian University in Uganda, Tools with a Mission in the UK, the Pollination Project, and the Light Up Impact, of course. Someone sent a heart in the reactions. Project Planet and Amawa Uganda, plus of course the government of Uganda where we operate from. I didn't see hearts for Light Up Impact, but yeah, let's continue. Great, thank you, Bernard. Next slide. Our strategic goals in the next 5 years, that is from 2026 to 2030. We hope to empower 500 out of school youth with vocational skills, enabling 250 youth, enabling 250 youth-led enterprises, and increasing incomes by 70%. We also hope to equip 5,000 adolescents with comprehensive sexual reproductive health education, reduce teenage pregnancies rate by 30%, and also distribute 2,500 internally made reusable sanitary towels. We also want or hope to involve 125 youth in eco art and sustainable waste management, transforming the tons of waste Bernard talked about, and establishing 5 eco hubs. Our goals, like you see, directly contribute to SDG 8, that is decent work and economic growth. SDG 4, which is quality education. Then SDG 3, the good health and well-being. And also we are in line with Uganda priorities, which is the National Development Plan 3 that aims at increasing average household incomes and improve the quality of life for Ugandans through sustainable industrializations for inclusive growth and employment. I think, Bernard, we can go to the next slide. Wow, so lastly, or last but not least, I'm very confident that we all believe in the power of partnership because it is the key to amplifying our impact and success. So we are open to partnerships. You can also donate directly using this code that is here. And I would also like to take this opportunity before I hand it over to the moderator to invite you all to our Impact Storytelling event, which will happen on the 26th of July this year. I think, Jennifer, you have the link, or Valeria, you can share it in the chat. You will be able to hear directly from our beneficiaries. It's going to be an online event, so you can register using the link. I don't know if it has been put in the chat. And do not hesitate to reach out to us through our website here or via email. Thank you all and be blessed.
Thank you so much.
Let's clap, let's clap. Let's say thank you to Ruth and Bernard. I want to see people clapping. I want to see hearts. I see a heart from Hesbon, Bush, Caroline, Rhoda, Sulevmon, Rogers. Wonderful presentation, wonderful presentation. So nice to see this coming together in such a simple way, I would say, and simple messaging and beautiful slides. Ruth, to your request, I could not find the link, but I will look for it. And before the end of the meeting, we will post about your impact event. Fred Wakoli, Jonan in the chat. So yeah, wonderful presentation. Thank you, guys. We'll move to Sulevmon, and then we will have the open discussion at the end. So allow me to invite now Brian and Gloria giving the presentation on behalf of Sulevmon. Karibu.
Okay, thank you once again. It was a process, and we are also glad to share with you our 3-year strategic plan. And this is our Bible from now on as we move on to achieve the success of Sulevmon. So why we exist? We exist to respond to the urgent need for inclusion in mental wellness, education, and youth empowerment. And currently, 80% of our population is under 35. We are all youths, and we are growing to a world of mental health crisis. And we are here working in Western Kenya to provide psychosocial support that is accessible to everyone within our community. So Sulevmon is working to build a resilient community that supports healing and empowerment. So our vision is a society where young people openly discuss mental wellness, build resilience, and shape inclusive, stigma-free community. And to achieve that, we are aiming to connect, educate, and empower young people, especially the marginalized, by fostering mental wellness and inspiring systematic change. So for our pillars, we have 5 pillars. Our main pillar is mental health and psychosocial support. And with this, we want to create a safe space for young people to explore emotions and build resilience. So we do this by creating workshops, and we also have sessions with young people at the Kisumu Remand Home, also in our center here in Tom Mboya. So our other pillar is art for social impact. So aside from wellness and for these young people telling their stories, and also for them being helped to mobilize the support from community. We use art to advocate for mental wellness. We also use art to advocate for social justice and for people to also see what we are doing at Sulevo. Our next pillar is reintegration and empowerment, where we empower youths to become confident, capable, and contributing members of society. So we provide skill development and psychosocial support to youths, especially who are in conflict with the law. And also our other pillar is advocacy, where we aim to shift narratives, influence policies, and also to end stigma around mental wellness. Our last pillar is organizational growth and sustainability, where we are always aiming to strengthen systems, partnerships, and income generation for long-term impact. Hi, Guju. So for the milestones so far, what we have achieved so far as an organization, we have been able to work with 4,667 children and youths till today. We have also managed to reunify 15 families, and these particular children are also still staying with their specific families. We have also been able to train 300 plus women and youths in skill development, and currently we are also running 4 programs. So I will hand it over to Brian.
Thank you, Gloria. What are our strategic goals for the year 2025 to 2027? So one of our goals is to deliver mental wellness, reintegration, and life skills support to at least 5,000 young people in Kisumu County by December 2027. How we want to do this is through group discussion, individual counseling, and also community workshops. Another goal is to build the capacity in trauma-informed care of at least 50 staff and volunteers, and also be able to give training in psychological first aid by June 2026 to ensure that 100% of our key program implementers are equipped with the skills needed to make sure that we achieve our goals. Another goal is to facilitate the successful reintegration of youth from Kisumu Children's Remand Home with consistent follow-up. We sometimes reintegrate children and reunify them with their families. And we also have weekly sessions at the Kisumu Children's Remand Home. We also want to develop at least 2 sustainable social enterprise models contributing to at least 30% of Sulevo's total annual budget by the end of 2027. We are also aiming to conduct 40 community and school-based advocacy sessions and build digital campaigns that reach a combined audience of over 5,000 individuals with content on mental health, youth rights, and integration by end of 2027. So how are we going to be sustainable? One of the ways that we want to be sustainable is to diversify resource mobilization. Resource is a very important factor in any organization running. So we want to keep updating our fundraising strategy and focus more on grants, community-driven fundraising, and income-generating activities. One that we are currently having is we are having a camp out from the 25th to 27th of this month. And these activities, as much as they are for reaching the youth and discussing issues affecting the youth, they're also a way of us raising funds to run our activities. We also want to launch at least 2 sustainable social enterprise models by 2026 that is linked to skill gains in youth training programs. When we are developing the skills of youth and children, our team members are also participants, and they are part of the people that we want to gain the skills. We also want to deepen engagement with local, national, and international partners through co-creation, technical assistance, and shared value projects. Another way we want to be sustainable is to invest in staff development, digital tools, monitoring and evaluation systems, and internal policy reviews to ensure program efficiency and donor readiness. And we are currently privileged because Light Up took us through one of the modules was on program development and M&E, and we are taking into account everything that we learned and implementing in our programs. So whom have we worked with? These are some of the people that we have worked with. Light Up, of course, the Department of Children's Services, Erokamano, the Rotaract Club of Kisumu Inam, Compassion, Saswash Kenya, Eco Wellness, Pusha Binti, Better Me, Ravel Works, and of course, Usani Village, Africa, among others. And we are looking forward to working with other partners to make sure that we get to create impact in our communities.
So how can you be part of our movement? So what we are looking for, for partnership through our programs for program expansion, also strategic funding for scaling and sustainability, also looking for allies in government and also civil societies, and also mental health professionals, artists, educators, and also storytellers. So thank you for listening through, and this is our roadmap through to 2027.
Claps, claps, hearts. Yes, yes. Bush, Rogers, Hesburn, Jennifer, Rhoda. Wonderful, wonderful, guys. Really, really well done. Very good presentation, and I'm so happy to see how your work is coming together so roundly. So we have time, and I'm happy about that. You guys were perfectly on time. And I would like to open now the peer-to-peer and discussion session. And I would like to ask Jennifer just to share the screen quickly, because I think there was a question that we had there. But in the meantime, are there any burning questions for Bernard and Ruth and Gloria and Brian on their presentations? Any comments? Okay, great. Thanks,
Hello.
Jennifer. Hi.
I am a guest at JASLA. My name is Consolata. I run an organization called Women's Hope here in Kenya. And we are working with youth and women, especially in economic empowerment. And we have recently launched an app which is in the Play Store. And we'd like to partner with the people. I've seen Kisumu or people here and other organizations, especially in empowering women. We are onboarding women on different like caregivers and of course other services. We are looking at how we can work together. So mine is to say congratulations to Light Up Kenya. You know what? Light Impact. What you are doing is great, and all the graduates, congratulations, and you are doing awesome work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Consolata. I saw you. Thank you also sharing your social media handles. Please do that. If anybody is interested to collaborate with Consolata and her organization, please reach out to her. Do we have any questions from the audience? It can be a question to the work that Suleiman and Usani are doing. It can be for you a moment to learn from their strategic plan journey. Yes, like how was it for them? Let's have an open discussion. Let's turn on our videos if some people are able to. Otherwise, I'll just pick some of you just to hear some thoughts. I see Teresia has turned her video on. Teresia, would you like to share something with us? And just specifically to the presentations of our graduates. Teresia, you're on mute. I see you speaking. Please unmute yourself.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, I want to tell that those youth that they have done it. Congratulations, especially according to how they have done their strategic plan. I love it, and I know that we can also work together because I work with the women and youth. Majority are the youth. I work in Baraka Women Center. I'm the director, and the majority that I empower are the youth. According to that issue of mentor, and I know that most of the youth are that because of stress and they are getting mental challenges. I think that is where now we are heading off almost everyone to see how we can solve such problems. And also Baraka Women Center is ready for any partnership because through empowerment again now with skills like that, vocational skills, and I want to say that these people are doing a good job, and we are also ready for partnership. Thank you so much, and continue doing a good one.
Thank you, Teresia. Thank you so much. I don't know if Bernard or Gloria, they have a reaction to that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't pick up the question. Maybe if you could re-echo it because I think her microphone was so low.
I think she was congratulating you guys, and she shared what her work. She also works with women and youth, and she wanted to also be connected. Okay, we have a few minutes. Can we do from raise of hands? I would like to see who has a solid strategic plan in this room, in this virtual room of ours. Can we raise the hand? Brian was the first one. I like that. Who else? Rhoda, Bernard. But there are more people in this room that have that. Let's see who else. Okay. Anyone else? Now I would like to see the hands of who is in the process. You know, you have you're either building your strategic plan right now. You know, it's been a process, and you've been doing that. Can we do that by raise of hands? Who is in the process of creating their strategic plan? Caroline. Okay. Jonan. Nice. Terry. Sammy. I see hands. Eltrude. Very good. I would like one of these people with their hands up, and I won't choose Jonan just because you can talk to Bernard and Sulevmon in many other occasions. I will choose Caroline or also Terry to tell us what is the process for you now? Like, and you're in the process, maybe you can share what did you learn from seeing Sulevmon and Usani Village Africa present their strategic plan. Caroline, are you able to unmute yourself?
Maybe I'll go as Caroline prepares So hi, actually Caroline, I think I know her. Yeah. So my name is Terry Boke from Hi Africa. I'm the founder and the executive director. So for Hi Africa, at the beginning of the year, we were very intentional about creating our strategic plan 5 years. But along the way, we faced some, challenges, especially trying to identify people to be in the board, because yeah, some of them, yes, they were willing, but they're not available to, take part in, growing the organization. So like their vision or our vision was not even aligning to, whatever they were looking forward to, like providing. And sometimes also we felt like there was a bit of conflict of interest in some of the people that we reached out to. And also, I know this is something that most of you here have experienced, like resources, because you need people to help you to develop your strategic plan if you're not a specialist. So from our team, there is no one who is, very specialized in that area. And so we were like, we will just do what we need to do when we need to do. So even this year, we've not done much of activities. So a lot of efforts and finances have been, put on acquiring some assets for the organization, like computers, because our work majorly is in empowering women and girls with digital skills and storytelling. And so that is where we are. Right now, we are back to the step of trying to identify people who can be part of our board. Yeah, thank you.
I'm on mute, sorry. Thank you so much for sharing, Terry. Very, very quickly, what was a learning for you when you saw the presentations? Like something that when you looked at the strategic plan of Sunny Village Africa and Sulefmon stood out for you?
Thank you, Valeria. For me, what has stood out for me from Bernard and Sulemon's strategic plan is the clarity on their vision and what the roadmap, what they want to achieve, and who do they want to engage with, and how do they want to achieve it. So I have been challenged in a way that I need to stop thinking about, looking at the bigger picture of, oh, I need somebody who's more experienced to do the strategic plan for me. I think we can do it as a team because now we know exactly what we want, how long we want to take to achieve it, and who we need to partner with to achieve it. So I think it's something that is possible for us to develop, and probably just look for a specialist who can like just review it and fine tune areas that needs to be aligned. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Terry. To wrap up this, I would like to ask Sulefmon and Usani to share, how did you get that clarity? Because I also remember the beginning of your journey, things were not that clear, right? There was a process. So what advice can you give Terry and others to reach that simplicity where everything aligns?
So hi Valeria, hi everyone. My name is Rhoda from Team Sulemo. For the strategic plan, we had a step-by-step understanding of what we really wanted, because it's not just about the vision or the mission, but it's beyond what we want to achieve in the next 5 years. And that means that you have to sit down, understand that there are certain things that you need to look at deeply and highlight them one by one, so that by the time you are now drafting the whole thing, it's easier for you. Understand what are some of the sustainable development goals that you're trying to achieve within your organization. What are some of the policies that you're using in terms of at the national level, and now we have the county levels also, which have the different policies. And you also need to look at
the competitors / partners, because at the end of the day, they can either be your competitors or your partners, or you can also work with them all together. And also the SWOT analysis. Yes, that is very important, because at the end of the day, you need to understand the strengths that you have as an organization, and you also need to understand the weaknesses, the opportunities that you have, and also understand the pestle analysis, the political, economic, social, and then now we have the aspect of technology as at large. So it's a whole analysis put together. It's not just one-time thing that you sit down, as Gloria said, that you draft and you move. No, you have to, narrow down to the specifics of what you want, and then now it will be easier for you to go. And then you also need to understand that you need to have a SMART program, like understand how is your program directly impacting the community. What are you as an organization getting from it? Because at the end of the day, you also have to fulfill your mission and your vision and mission, and also what are your who are your beneficiaries? The benefactors are also very important. Thank you.
Thank you, Rhoda, so much for sharing the steps on how to get that clarity. And I would like to invite one person from Usani to share in their perspective the same. Bernard and Ruth, how did you get that clarity? What were the key steps? Is there anything you want to add to Rhoda's comment? And then we will move on to Caroline.
Thank you so much, Valeria. Thank you, Rhoda, for your submission. One of the things as Usani Village that we really took of value to the basis of this whole strategy development is understanding what our vision is, and also the mission, how we want to get there. And if some of you have been following us closely, you have had a little twist on how we state our vision and how we want to achieve that vision, because how you state your vision also communicates about where you want to go. And then going down to the theory of change, how are you going to change the problem that you're trying to address in your organization? For example, if you say, if we do this and this, then we should be able to achieve that. Clearly communicating that was a great basis for us to draw the whole strategic plan, because we knew that these are the inputs that we have to really do. These are going to work, and if we do them, this is what is there. And in between there are measurements like the key metrics, what will enable us, how shall we assess that, and going there. And as Rhoda mentioned, there is internal and external mapping. We really did a lot of mapping internally and externally using the SWOT analysis, the PESTEL, and whatever, back and forth a lot with the facilitators. And it really helped us to appreciate where we have done very well in the past as an organization, and what strength or what things can we really rely on to strengthen the impact of our work. Where could we have performed better? We identified those areas. Then through external mapping, we had to identify like different organizations, different opportunities that we could tap into. And we have put them in our strategic plan. They are there if you read the whole strategic document, and it was very important. And one of the things that really helped us build this strategic plan is that communication was very important. Because as we developed this, it was not like someone thinking behind the desk, but at least everyone was engaged in making sure that we understand what we are doing. We had to do surveys within the team, engaging the board members. What impact are they perceiving of the organization, and where do they see Usani Village Africa? Is this working? Is it not working? What can work better? What should we leave out? Or what is not working? Or how can we improve it? So the whole communication was really very helpful to make sure that we come up with this strategic document. And of course, post launching this document, it has to be communicated with the team. As Rhoda, as Gloria mentioned, that is the Bible. For Christians, you read your Bible and pray every day. So this is our Bible. You have to read it, communicate it, preach it to the team members, to your partners, and to the community, because they need to understand where you're heading. Otherwise, if it is not communicated, then it will not be of use. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bernard. Thank you, Rhoda. Very insightful. One can really see, you know, from the answers you're giving, how much this process took on you and how much you learned. And this session is about learning, is about peer-to-peer. So please do connect in the chat if you want to, share links, stay connected after this event. Ask yourself, ask help from somebody else, yes, on your strategic planning. So we have a few more minutes and I want to give, before we have to move to celebration time, I want to award the ceremony. Bernard, you have your hand up, but I wanted to give the opportunity to Caroline to speak. Yes, Bernard.
Okay. Before Caroline takes over, I really want to appreciate Madame Lois. I've seen her here. She was so instrumental in this journey. Madame Lois, we love you so much. And I couldn't really hold it back. Thank you, Valeria, for the opportunity.
Thank you, Bernard. Yes, Lois, our dear Lois, was the finance and management trainer. I see Cheboy. I see Sofina, the theory of change trainer. Sofina, you might not have been there, but Bernard mentioned how instrumental was the theory of change and how has this, you know, changed this path. So thank you, Sofina. Thank you, Lois. Thank you, Felix, if you're also in the call, and to all the other trainers that are here. So let's move to very quickly to Caroline, just a few minutes, and then we proceed with the program. Caroline, are you able to speak now?
Yes, thank you, Valeria. I hope you're well. Backstory before I give you where we are at the strategy is that Ustawi Girls Initiative is the organization that I run. We founded it in 2022, September. And so far, I think we've only done 3 projects. Our aim was to provide safe spaces for teenage mothers and persons with disability so that they could access support, whether it's education, psychosocial support, or mentorship programs. Now, from the time that we started, I think our impact just lies at 500, direct and indirect. And from the beginning of last year is when I think we sat down and started questioning where are we not going in the right direction, and where should we go, and where should we do better. So we took like a long break to re-strategize. So far, I think we have done an OCA, an organizational capacity assessment. And as a founder, a lot of mentorship from people. I think a few are here, Cheboy, and I put up an advisory committee. I have 2 of them so far that are helping us set up, map out who the right partners are, put up a TOC, a theory of change, and change the narrative of what we do as an organization. We have relied mostly on volunteers because of financial, let me say, constraints. And most of the fundraisings that we do is through partners that are in the ground here in Kenya, or let me say the circle of friends that we have. The most current one that we did was to strengthen our profile and put up a paid website. So I would say the strategy, the more I listen to Bernard and the rest of the team, the more I'm like, the strategy is actually a very important part of the organization planning process, because then it gives you a vision of what you really want to achieve. And then I think then it helps to set milestones and then check, are we in the right track or not? So I'm learning a lot, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Caroline, also to share your journey with your new organization in strategic planning. Very, very insightful. And I'm happy to learn from Bernard, from Ruth, from Rhoda, from the Suleiman and Usani Village Africa team. Great. I think it's time for us to move to the next session. So I will ask Jennifer to kindly share the screen again. And I will hand it over back to Gloria.
The award ceremony session. This is the moment I believe we've all been waiting for, and where we get to celebrate the graduates. And the session will be like this. So we're going to share certificates to the organizations, that is Osani, Village Africa, and Sulevmo, just to celebrate them for the hard work, for the commitment, for the growth they've shown, throughout the program. So it's a celebration. But before then, I just want to give you a disclaimer. So we're going to do some dancing, as you know. It's not a party in the African culture until we do some dancing, a little bit of dancing. So we're going to enjoy kidogo. You can turn on your camera so that you see your moves. You show us your moves. You see each other's moves. Yeah, so DJ, take it up.
I don't see people dancing. I hope you can hear the music. It's muted by.
Okay, Jennifer, that's enough. I think we've had enough fun. So we move to the award ceremony. So that is Donex from Team Sulevmo. This was one of our, this was during the exchange visit in Uganda. And Donex here was just leading a session. As you can see, is the hype man. He was leading that, and the girls really enjoyed it. So we welcome Team Sulevmo to receive their certificate. If Donex is in, Donex, you will be receiving this on behalf of Team Sulevmo, and this is just a certificate of completion. It is proudly presented to Sulevmo Kenya for completing the Skills Development Innovation for Impact Program 2024-2025, delivered by Light Up Impact. We certify that through this program, your team completed 10 training modules, 20 coaching sessions, and delivered 10 assignments, demonstrating dedication to strengthening skills in leadership, personal development, and organizational growth. Thank you. Thank you for your commitment to learning, collaboration, and driving positive change in your community. So if Donex is in, you will be receiving this on behalf of Team Sulevmo. So you can say something as this award is being handed over to Sulevmo.
Hi, Gloria.
Hi,
Sorry,
Rhoda.
Donex is not in the call.
So you receive it.
So I'll receive it on behalf of Team Sulevmo. Thank you, Team Light Up. This has been a great journey. This has been one of those journeys that we cried, we laughed, we were disappointed at some point. We almost gave up. We pranked people. Yeah, it's been an amazing journey that we've got to learn. We've got to grow, we've got to, restructure and a lot more. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you to all the partners, Team Usani. It's been amazing being with you guys. It's been amazing, to have you here, Ruth, Bernard, and we hope to continue the partnership. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ruth. Yeah.
And
Some claps.
yeah, I almost forgot to the trainers and the coaching team. Wow, it's been amazing. We've learned a lot from you. We've interacted up to a personal level. We've grown to be friends with some. So it's been really an amazing journey. Thank you, Valeria. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you to the entire team, Light Up. Thank you so much, everyone. And congratulations to us.
Congratulations, Team Silevmo. This is for you. So we clap, we give them the flowers, the emojis, the celebrations. Thank you, thank you. So next, next.
Do you want me to go back to Uganda? You're chasing me away. He's coming. So I took it so personal. So that is, we are too sensitive because opinions. I would have perceived it in a different way, but because I'm a sentinel, that was, you were chasing me, but I'm not going, I'm
That is Ruth from Usani Village. And I remember this was the leadership training that we had in Kisumu. And I remember this was a session on personality. And I think Ruth was trying to explain why the sentinels are very sensitive people. They really get triggered easily. And if you rub them the wrong way, sometimes it can be personal. I think this was that moment. So this is Ruth from Usani Village, and Ruth will be receiving the award on behalf of Usani. Congratulations, Team Usani Village. This is for you. So this certificate is proudly presented to Usani Village, Uganda. Congratulations, Bernard. Congratulations, Ruth, and the entire team at Usani Village. We're so proud of the work that you have put through in the program. And we can't wait to see what lies ahead. So congratulations. Flowers, hugs, everything. The party emojis, send them to Usani, please. And Ruth, I welcome you to say something as you receive this award.
Okay, Gloria, thank you for making me cry. But to everyone, to Light Up Impact, to Team Sulevmo, and everyone that is on the call, I want to say that we are very happy. We are extremely happy. And congratulations to us upon this milestone. It's not been a very easy journey. We've had to do assignments, we've had to do research, we've had to dig into what we're doing and come up with good stuff here and there. So we are very proud of ourselves. We can say that we've actually achieved, and we have this certificate in the house. Thank you to everyone. The board members are here. We appreciate your efforts, your guidance, and everything. We are extremely happy. Is all that I can say. And wow, thank you.
Well done, Team Usani. We're so proud of you guys, and Sulevmo as well. So one more time, we enjoy some music. Vale, do we have some music, to close the session? Just a minute, as Vale is preparing that. So we continue to send our congratulations messages to Team Usani and
see them girl a beauty them.
You're on mute.
Bernard, was this the song you sent me?
Yes, that's the song.
Yes, okay, so I'll play 10 seconds of this song if this is the song you want. But you have to dance it. I want to see video of everyone dancing, especially with Sunny.
Wanna love you till I can't. No, oh, oh, oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My girl, she a Cinderella dance till she fall off. She not care for money even if you're big and tough. She do it for the love. She a little shy till she tipsy. That the dancing, yeah. Nana, you already know. When I see you, it's going down for sure. No pity that girl, this name for sure. What we do, nobody got to know. Nana, you already.
Great. For the interest of time, because I want to dedicate enough time for the closing the special remarks, actually, we shall move on. Congratulations, guys.
It's the next, we move to the next session. Also, we really do have a feedback form, and we wanted to share it with you just to get your feedback on how the event was, and from there maybe we should pick some few things that you can improve on in our next upcoming events. So we ask you to go to the chat. Valerie has shared the link, and just take a few minutes just to fill the form. And we will really appreciate that. So just to let you know on our coming events, so we have a fundraiser, the Light Up Impact birthday and fundraiser event in Eldoret. So this one will be in September. So we ask you to watch out for that. We also have the Light Up Impact Days, the youth-led grassroots conference happening in October. As of now, the tickets, we've opened the registration, so you can go and pick your ticket, and we hope to see you there in October. Next. So as we come, we're almost coming to the end of our event. So I just want to ask Jennifer Ohiwa, our co-founder here at Light Up Impact, to give some special remarks to our graduates. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you so much, Gloria, and thank you so much to the speakers who have come before me. Wow, today is just a beautiful day that we get to celebrate the hard work, the sweat, the determination, the resilience of grassroots leaders as they get to build the organizations. And I loved how these began when Kennedy started by saying, and I think also Gabriela added on this, that when grassroots leaders come into the spaces, they are led by passion, but it takes a lot to build an organization. So number one, allow me to just applaud you for taking that initiative to see a problem and understand that this is my community and I want to see how to create a solution for it. So the passion that led you towards this direction is something that for me I appreciate, and I've been able to see you in action. I've been able to see the great work that you've been able to do in the communities, and mine is just to appreciate you for this amazing journey that you've begun. And the journey is to create change for the next generation. And this change is how you're going to see the communities being transformed by you being that leader. So allow me to just narrow it down to a specific topic that is close to my heart. And this is where also Gabriela started with her presentation on, the building of the leaders. The leaders are the ones who carry the vision of the organization. So it's important that as they build the organization, they get to build themselves. So I appreciate that you took that time to build yourself. You took that time to do the self-discovery. I know it was not easy. It was one of the toughest. I think in terms of just the module, this was one of the toughest because it's easy when you're doing it when you do something for the organization. But the hardest part is when you have to look within ourselves. So thank you for, being very vulnerable. True leadership lies in vulnerability. So thank you for being true leaders by leading in vulnerability. Number one, to discover yourselves, to discover who is Bernard, who is Brian, who is Rhoda, who is Gloria, who is Ruth. Because once you start discovering who this person is and you get to discover your strengths and your weaknesses, then you get to lead better. You get to lead with empathy because you start being empathetic to yourself and you extend that empathy to others. You start leading with self-awareness, so you discover that I have a strength in either being creative, in either solving problems, and then you also pour this out to the rest of your team. So thank you for stepping out and leading with this. Mine is to continue encouraging you that personal development and just building ourselves as leaders is a whole journey. You're still tapping in to understand who this leader is. You're still tapping in to discover what is within you. So mine is to just keep encouraging you that there is power within you. Keep tapping into it. And the more you tap into it, the more you will see yourself happy, the more you will see yourself growing, the more you will see yourself impacting in the community, because real leadership starts with us building ourselves. So thank you for allowing me to be in your space. Thank you for allowing me to shed light and help you discover some bits and pieces of the unique person that you are. And as you continue this journey, keep tapping into your purpose, because definitely grassroots leadership is what you have strived to lead in terms of your purpose, and may you lead it according to how you keep discovering yourself. So with that, I close on my side and just say thank you so much for walking this journey together with us as Light Up Impact, and thank you so much for allowing us to be in your own personal space. I return it back to Gloria and to continue the rest of the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jennifer, for those words. I hope the graduates have heard what you said and they can be able to pick few things to carry and help them move forward into their next phase of the new journey that they are in. Next, so we will be having also Stella Cheboy from Emerging Leaders Foundation Africa to also share with us some few remarks. Stella was also one of our facilitators while we had our leadership training in Kisumu, and I'm sure the graduates have some very good words to say about Stella. So welcome so much, Stella. I hand over the mic to you.
Gloria, thank you so much. Please confirm that you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, we can hear you, Stella. Please go ahead.
Thank you. So all protocol observed. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to start by thanking Light Up Impact for the opportunity to be a part of this momentous occasion, and kindly receive greetings from Emerging Leaders Foundation Africa with heartfelt congratulations to all the graduates today. So I'm a storyteller and I love stories, and I have 3 very brief stories to share with you, and you can pick a few lessons therein. And I do start a story of a neighbor's kid where I stay. There is this baby who turned 1 year old, and then they started walking. So they are always on the move, very excited. And when someone runs after them, like it baffles them that they can run or outrun someone. And I've never seen someone appreciate an achievement in life like this boy. So anytime I watch him, I remember to pause and appreciate an achievement, whether it is a new certification, a new network I've created and all. I urge graduates and everyone on the call that always remember to pause, to appreciate baby steps that will lead to the bigger goal. a few weeks ago, I was part of the outdoor learning experience called the Trailblazers Collective. It is facilitated by Emerging Leaders Foundation Africa and Adventure Leadership. So we had an 8-day in the wild leadership and learning experience. It was interesting because it was the first time I went camping, and there were a lot of lessons moving from one camp to the next for the 8 days. And I remember at the last camping site, when we arrived, there was that jubilation, and they had prepared goat meat for us. We had boiled, we had fried, and then we basically had wet fly and all. But one of the things they requested was, when it was about time for the sunset, they took us to a high place where you could take in, the contours, the mountains, but the most magical view was the view of the sunset. And I remember when I was having a conversation with the chair of the conservancy, I asked them how many times or how often they go to the high place to basically take on the beautiful scenery. And interestingly, they said rarely. So from my own lived experiences, I know that life gives us moments, beautiful moments. Life brings our way amazing people. And my question to the graduates and everyone on the call is, how often do you take a moment to go on a road trip if you love traveling, to enjoy conversations with the people around you, to enjoy places, to enjoy experiences? Most of the times, people are always busy, especially those in the cities. It is always a marathon. And rarely do we pause to just enjoy what we have on our hands. So I hope that the graduates can be keen to pause and enjoy the moments that come through their lives. So my dad has been in ICU for close to 8 days. He was in need of intensive care because he just collapsed and was non-responsive for a while. And I remember the first time I went to visit him in hospital, I was all tears. It was crazy, and it was just out of the wild. I received this call, it's been 4 days, Dad is in ICU, and I couldn't fathom how I will deal with losing him. But every time we could go visit as a family, we could find strangers, most of them young people, but we also had elderly people here and there or senior citizens. And I remember we struck a conversation with one very young person to ask how they are related to Mr. Wakasiaka. And they shared, as a mediator, I work closely with him within the court system, and I have learned a lot from him. And that conversation empowered me to be able to have a different look, that from mourning my dad or his illness, I shifted my mind to celebrate him as an individual. He is a person who loves his work and shows up authentically every day. And anytime or any chance he gets, he journeys with the young people, sharing life experiences, some of the mistakes he was able to make, and any lessons he picked from that. So my encouragement to the graduates, to all change makers on the call is, as you show up every day to support people and to continue actively championing the cause you're really passionate about, take keen interest in filling your cup so that as you pour into others, you're pouring what is running over, because it can be so exhausting to pour from an empty cup. Light Up Impact had organized several trainings, capacity strengthening sessions. I am a beneficiary of that, and it was amazing. But even as the graduates give their testament, the journey was not easy. Sometimes you have 1,001 reasons to quit, but then you stayed the cause. And how you stay the cause is you attend the training, you take a breather, you work on the assignments, take a breather, and move on. You're able to move on because when you take a pause, when you take a breather, you're able to reboot, to re-energize yourself so that you can continue showing up authentically, energetic, and full of life, so that everyone you meet, there is positive vibe that touches on them. So I believe in all the forums you have interacted with different people, different organizations, you have created contacts. My question to you is, are you the kind of person who saves the contact, the number, the email address, and that's it? Are you the kind of person who does one introductory email and that's it? Or you're that individual or organization who are keen to follow up? Like, hi, my name is Cheboy, and we met at the Light Up Impact Capacity Strengthening session, and we would live for a meeting, maybe to explore areas of collaboration. And then you keep sharing your work, you keep checking in any opportunities we can work together on. It is important to maintain contact with the people you meet along the way. And you can do this through leveraging on the different resources your network has. It could be finances, it could be time, it could be skill. Yeah, so that as you journey with these people, you are fulfilled, you gain, even as you share what your stronghold is with them. As a storyteller, I really, really appreciate the power of stories. There is no story I've listened to that didn't either liberate me, empower me, inspire me, or inspire an action of something I was basically dreaming about. For the founders, program leads, as you share your stories, you could find one young person who is dreaming, has a big idea, but maybe there is self-doubt somewhere. So when they hear your story, they are liberated to jump into action and something beautiful will be birthed. So keep sharing your story, keep listening to other people's story, because that is how great bonds, great connections are made. And on a day-to-day basis, as you continue to pursue your why, take a pause, and that is my bottom line. As a leader, as a change maker, as a champion, take pauses to smell the coffee. That is for coffee lovers. If you love roses, take a moment to smell the roses and just appreciate the aroma. Count the stars. I don't know how many people gaze at the stars when the skies are clear. Take a moment to watch the sunset. There are places people never watch or see the sun setting or the sun rising. When you are at a place that you are privileged to see that, take a moment to just appreciate that sun setting or rising and intentionally be happy. Finally, it is important to keep exercising gratitude. And even as you graduate today, when you go back to your house, maybe you're going out to have fun and just appreciate the day that has been, I invite you into a personal reflection journey for you as an individual and for your organization. Ask yourself, what am I proud of? Who are the people who have supported me in my journey? Who are the people who have held me accountable? Who are the people who have been proud of me, held my hand, connected me to someone that has led to us moving from one level to another? And maybe you can take time to do an email to just appreciate and celebrate them. You can make a phone call or even a text. Congratulations, so proud of you. Light Up Impact, thank you for the amazing work you keep doing. And we look forward to more collaborations with you. So congratulations, thank you so much. And over to you, my leader, Gloria.
Thank you so much, my leader, Cheboy. That was very powerful. And I love the way when you mentioned about the fact that we need to really take care of ourselves, to stop, to pause, take that break, take that breather, smell that coffee, and appreciate the moment. So to our graduates, take this time to appreciate the journey, the small steps, and how far you have come. Thank you so much, Cheboy, for that. And we move to Harriet Kashim. Harriet, who is our FAB leader and founder of Rhythm of Life. Welcome so much, Harriet.
Thank you so much, Gloria. I wanted to hear you pronounce my surname. Thank you for
Amashanyos.
Okay. Cheboy started with a question: how often do you take a moment to enjoy experience? And it's been thoughtful. After listening to Tim Osani and Solemo, it's really been a whole journey. I know it's also a spectrum of different people that have made this possible. And I wanted us to just start with this. Let's just take a moment and give some flowers. Flowers, all of us, we can simply do this. Flowers to the graduates, flowers to Light Up Impact, flowers to the facilitators, the mentors, all the entire cycle that has been part of this. We are super appreciative. My name is Harriet, like Gloria mentions, and I'm standing in for our FAB chief, that is Rogers Molo, who was meant to give this closing remark. All protocol observed. A good evening from my side. I want to start with extending hearty congratulations to the graduating organizations, that's Usani and Solemo. Today we celebrate not just the end of the training, but the beginning of new possibilities, synergies that have been created, partnerships that are being forged. Today, we look at the young that have been strengthened through skills and also sharpening the vision that they hold for their respective communities. The training was never about acquiring knowledge. It was about unlocking leadership, deepening purpose, and building resilience. And I must say, you have done it all with such admirable commitment, energy, and collaboration. And to our Light Up Impact team, to the facilitators, to the mentors, thank you so much for pouring your hearts into this, the expertise, the experience that you bring into the process. Your investment into grassroots leadership is planting seeds of impact and will bloom for beyond this space. To the teams at Usani and Solemo, you represent the best of what community-led change looks like. Your passion, your bold ideas, your courage to lead the front. And this is what Africa, East Africa, Uganda, Kenya, and all our respective communities need. As you leave this place, as you leave this space, as you leave this training, we are looking at you carrying the banner a little high, beyond the certificates, but the confidence to take action, the humility to keep learning, and the boldness to challenge systems that don't serve our people. Let us not forget, the impact of today is not measured by an applause. We started with flowers. It is beyond the flowers, but the stories of transformation that will emerge when we are back in our respective communities. You are not just graduates of a program. You are ambassadors of possibility, torchbearers of grassroots power, and the champions of equity and justice. As we close, I want us to stay connected, not just as Light Up Impact, but with each other, building alliances, sharing tools, uplifting one another, and keeping the momentum going. Because real change is never built in isolation, rather in growing the community and thriving in solidarity. Congratulations once again. Now let's go forth and light up impact in our villages, in our cities, in our communities, and beyond. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Harriet. Very powerful. I wanted almost to say, shift the power, Light Up Impact. But thank you so much. That was quite powerful. And I love the ending. The impact of today is not measured by flowers, but it goes beyond. So I hope we can just pick that as we close our session today. And for me, it's just to say that we're very proud of you, graduates, Team Usani, Team Usani, and Team Solemo. You have really done amazing work, and we're very proud of you here at Light Up. So thank you so much to the graduates. Thank you to our partners, our trainers, our Light Up Impact team, and all those who have been very supportive in this journey. We say thank you so much. We also thank you all of you who attended this session. We say thank you for making time to be part of us and celebrating this huge milestone with us. Thank you so much, and we look forward to the next one with you. Let's engage further on our socials. You can always follow us on LinkedIn. Thank you so much, everyone, and bye-bye for now.